said, I'm just trying to get these things sorted. And for some reason, it is not liking me. So, just trying to see if I can get Linus's iPad to work. Why is it not working? Let's go there, because it says I'm live, it says 31 seconds. And that's only giving me old stuff, give me new stuff. Let me find it. It says I'm live. Oops. Why is it that you can't interact? Sorry, bear with me. It says join me, but yet we can't chat. Why can you not chat? Closed captions on, quality. Okay. So it's telling me that I'm live, but yet you can't comment. So who's commenting? Right, comments. Can't even comment. Yep, doesn't even show who's commenting. So I don't know if anyone's there, but yeah. So, because it just tells me that there's one comment, but yet I can't see any comments. And it doesn't give us the option to type a comment. I don't know. There you are. I can see somebody. Hello, Amal Awad. I'm all tongue-tied. This has just given me the absolute willies shits, to be honest, with us Aussies. But I thought I would say hello, and I've been trying to get this where I've got picture-in-picture a couple of days now, so hopefully you get to see my ugly face where we go on picture-in-picture. And now I can see you, Lainey. I can see YouTube and I can see Facebook. So it's lovely to see you. Lee Edwards, lovely to see you too. Elaine, Marianne, Nazza, a happy Easter to you too. So hope Easter Bunny's coming to you tomorrow. So who's up for a quickie reading, even if it's about Easter tomorrow? It's Saturday night here, but look, I haven't gone away, haven't done any holidays, haven't done anything. Hope Easter Bunny's going to come to you guys. I don't need any more chocolate on my hips, that's for sure. So, but is there anybody who would like a mini reading? So I've got my Misty Cow, which I just adore. It's a very popular deck. It's probably the beautiful soft, like the pinks, the aquas, the browns, all those lovely soft muted colours. So what question would you like, Amal? So I hope the book writing's going well and all the other productions you had irons in the fire from memory. So do fill me in and let me know what's happening. So what would you like? Marianne, yes, post a question up, Dom, so we can have a quick look. Like I said, I'm only on here for a few minutes. I haven't even thought about dinner yet. So, Elaine, you probably had your dinner in your jammies ready for bed. It's about 5 to 7 p.m. here at night. I haven't even thought about it. I think it's going to be either toasted sandwiches tonight or corn chips and salsa. So, what would you like? What question would you like? Marianne, will we move house this year? So you're going to need movement signs. So let's have a look at some movement signs. Right. Okay. There you go. House. I'm just laying 3 along and then 2 down. Well, there's your fish with your movement sign. House, when I lay cards like this, I'll just explain what they are. This is the subject matter. These 3 here are how do you explain it? It's like adjectives or descriptions about this subject matter, and these two here are outcome. So, house, subject matter. Couldn't get any better if you tried. You've got shooting star. Shooting star is a symbol of things that will happen very quickly when you least expect it. You've also got letter, which tells me signing documents, and you've also got the bellows, which tells me keep the energy up that you want, because literally bellows means add life or add air to the fire, which means adding air to this subject of will we move house this year. You do have a movement sign here with fish, because it literally means swim and a lot of activity. And you've also got the ring. Now, fish is also a sign of prosperity and abundance. So it could mean you may be spending a little more money or paying more money than you bargained for. But you have the ring, which tells me this will be a very good move, because ring here would tell me valuable. So valuable asset, valuable move. Yes, it might cost you a little bit more, but you do have a movement sign there. And I think it'll happen when you least expect it, because shooting stars are usually a lovely sign of something happens out of the blue when you least expect it. And a shooting star are fleeting moments, and it is a light source. So it does tell me signing documents when you least expect it. So I'd say, yes, you will have a move before the end of the year, and probably a lot faster than you realise. So let me just pop these back in. Good morning, Charlotte from Netherlands. Lovely to see you. No books for Amal. A message of encouragement, next step in work. Sorry, I'm just placing these in randomly so we don't have the same, so we try not to get the same cards come up. So, what's going on with you with work? Let me have a look. You get to see my bald head. Oh dear. So, I'm getting old. It's catching up with me, and I'm not liking this getting old business. So, what's happening with you and work? So, you're in a sort of cross phase. Right, when we've got the question mark there, question mark often means transitional. In particular with work, question mark means whether you do or you don't. So, it literally means stop the procrastination and make some decisions. So it's like, don't be scared if something feels not quite right. They would tell me, follow your instincts and make a decision, and make that decision firmly. Your grapes, hat and comb. Grapes here would tell me multiple irons in the fire. It's actually not a bad sign, because it usually means there's a few areas in work that you can branch out to. Hat here tells me you are the one taking total control of it. And hat, it means in its old symbology, we would say rise in social status, which sounds really snobby in these modern days, but hat literally means you in leadership. So I'd look at these and say, you in control with what you are doing, but it wouldn't surprise me if it is doing your own thing and your own business. The comb here is also part of describing this. And the comb there would indicate to me, though, you've got somebody who's a little bit nitpicky and probably sticking their nose in your business and trying to say, do this, forget that, blah, 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 blah. And when I say a comb, it usually means female. And there I just say, yes, say thanks for your advice, I'll take it on board, but mutter under your breath, I don't need it. Because you really don't. You've got enough education, importance here, know what you're doing. These here, you've got candle. Now that is lovely, because I know what you do. Candle is spiritual enlightenment. And it tells me there you're also following some things that you've wanted and wished for quite some time. Because mermaid is about your dreams and wishes. And because she has light there, it tells me positive mermaid, not a negative mermaid. So she's not the devil in the blue dress. So there would tell me, make some decisions, stop procrastinating. But I actually see something really good coming your way, and doing what you do for yourself rather than working for others. So I hope that helps a wee bit. So let me have a look. Hi, Spirit. Anybody wants a question? Jump on and I'll try and get through what I can. Because like I said, I only came on here to make sure I was working, but that's fine. finally to see it working after 2 days of me pulling out what's left of my hair. So if you want, oh, goody, Elaine, you're not working tomorrow. That's good. So having some time off, which is lovely. So who else would like a reading? I think it's about a 30-second delay between by the time you type up and by the time I get it. I think there is delays. It used to be really short, about 10 or 11 seconds, but I've got a feeling it's a bit longer now. So, and tell me, is this better? I want some votes, guys. Is this better that you actually get to see my ugly dial as well as this? Is it worth the headaches that I've gone through that you see both me and what I'm doing? So I'd really like some votes. Right, says, what is coming up in my life next? Let's have a look. So first card down is a topic card or subject matter. These three describe this subject matter, and these two down here are outcomes. Plain here tells me you are taking a totally different direction on what you are currently doing. Now, plain can often signal things around business and career things because it literally means taking off and rise. But you've also got house, child and hat. So taking a different direction with these would indicate taking a different direction when it comes to home and family. And child there would tell me literally new home, new beginnings, new surroundings. The hat here would tell me again though, great honour, great respect, good advice from mature people, but it's almost like you're turning your back on some of the advice from some of the elders or people that are trying to give you that guidance. That's not a bad thing, and a lot of people say, oh, always respect your elders and do this, that. Now, that's rubbish. You know, you don't have to respect everybody just because they're older. But child and house would tell me something new going on in around your home and family life. Your fish and axe here, though, tells me be very, very careful in what you're doing with your finances and money, because axe cutting fish can literally mean don't cut yourself short when it comes to financial matters. I actually want a little more layer on that one. We've got drum. So the drum there would tell me think twice about doing anything financial, because drum literally means listen to the heart of what is it that's beating inside you. And I look at that and say, if that inner voice is screaming in, don't, and it's the old saying that I was always taught, when in doubt, don't, I would say think twice about doing anything big on the financial side. So I hope that helps. Oh, new baby coming in July. How exciting. Congratulations. Is it first bub or other siblings? Do let me know. I'd love to know. So, oh, you get to see me finally, Amal. Like I said, I'm never been one to show my face, probably because I'm really self-conscious. A lot of people don't realise I'm actually quite shy. Even though you might see a different person and you might think, oh, she's fine, she's confident in that. No, I actually die 1,000 deaths having to do this. But anyway, Charlotte, will we get a new car? I'd love a new car too. My car is so old. I was working it out the other day. It's 2007 model. It's 18 years old. But because I don't drive very far, oh, grandbaby girl, how exciting. Oh, and it's so lovely. You know it's a little girl coming. Oh, that's just gorgeous. Congratulations. I've got 2 beautiful grandsons, but they're in another state from us, and I miss them terribly. So I wish they did live around the corner or at least local in Melbourne here. But it's the way it is. People are spread everywhere, and thank God for technology that can close the gaps a little. So, Charlotte, will we get a new car? Right, be strategic in what you do. There would tell me this is giving you an absolute headache. Playing cards literally mean think and have a plan. When I see playing cards, it tells me 2 things. You hold the winning hand, but strategy is everything. So I'd look at that and say, keep your eyes peeled, particularly. Do not let anyone literally hoodwink you or convince you otherwise with your headspace. The kisses here tells me, though, it should be a joyous moment rather than all this stress. But you got eye on the medicine. Eye is trust your intuition, allow the universe to give you what is required. Medicine bottle is about your overall well-being. They're nice. But your big thing here is, who is it that's trying to hoodwink you into probably accepting a deal that you do not want? All the more reason you do need to be the smart one when you've got your strategy. I'd look at these and say you go to either a car salesman, or even if you're looking at a private sale and you go and visit somebody and you think, oh, this car's great. I'd look at these and say, make sure you get it thoroughly checked out. Make sure they're not hoodwinking you for problems that you may not see on the surface. So I just want to have a look more on your strategy. Butterfly is lovely. So it tells me again, joy is coming. So you've got 2 joy cards. I'd say you will get the car, but it's very important, though, that you look beyond the surface, because there it just tells me if you don't look beyond the surface, you could end up with a lot of headaches. So I don't want you ending up with headaches. So let me have a look-see. Door left home, so time around together. Me and him indoors. Oh, thank you, darling. So, yeah, it's just us as well here, empty nesters as they call us. But I have to say I love it. I couldn't cope if my kids wanted to come back home. My daughter's 39, my daughter's 42, and the thought of kids coming back home now, it's like, no! We downsized for a reason, so they wouldn't move back home. So, Lee, is there advice and cards for next steps career-wise? Let's have a look, Lee. Okay. Heart, skull, child, ring, butterfly, and boot. Heart here tells me it's time you start really listening to your passion, because heart with career tells me doing something that you love. So if you're not doing something that you love now, look at, okay, what is it that I really love with a passion? Now, even before I come to these, one thing I can say when I see heart with career is go and get all these great big pieces of paper, and I want you to write across in the list at the top. Industries, so do you want health industries, do you want manufacturing industry, do you want sales, do you want electronics, do you want, and like list as many industries across the top as you can. Then pick one of what you think is okay. The next line down, because we're creating a funnel, your next line down, I'm going to ask the questions of, do you want to work with single people? Do you want to work with groups of people? Do you want to work with old? Do you want to work with young? Do you want to work in an office on your own? Or do you want to go out and be on the road? So we are filtering. Then the next level, when you find that out, start to funnel down so you end up with a constructive sentence. What is it that's feeding your passion? And that could be, you might want to work with disabled children and young adults, and it could come right down to that funnel. But your heart here tells me time to find your passion. Your skull here with child. Now I hear voices. I'm not schizophrenic, but my friend Lainey here, Elaine, you'll see her name. So, oh, hello, Govinda. Yes, I am live. You actually get to see me for a change. When I hear voices here, literally it tells me, are you looking at working with young people to do with mental health? I know that's really random, but I look at that and say, child represents young, youthful people, new things, but new things around headspace. The ring here tells me again, your commitment to it is what will carry you forward to give you the passion that you are needing. Butterfly and boot would tell me you are likely to leave what you're currently doing, and you probably don't want to hear that. We need lots of lotto cards, it would be lovely. But butterfly and boot would tell me you need more joy, and the boot is walking, so it tells me you're not getting the joy of what you're currently doing. So I want you to really dig deep and find your passion. That is really important. So I hope that helps a wee bit. So hello to anybody that I haven't seen here. So, who have I got new here? New names. Louise, hello, lovely to see you. Yeah, I'm actually live. So, Govinda, I've had so many headaches trying to get this dual cam thing set up. The last 2 days I've been pulling out my hair of what and how to get it to work, and I've been on to the chat module with the people, and finally it's working, and it's nice to see that it's working across Facebook and YouTube together. Yay! Louise, wondering if I'm heading in the right direction, launching a new business. Ooh, that's very good. Don't like this card keeps coming out. Everyone gets scared with Skull, and they also get scared with Graves because they think, oh crap, someone's going to die. No one's going to die, trust me. Letter here tells me signing up with very good deals. So there would tell me, look at the contracts you're about to enter with. So you starting off a new business, I would look at that and say, get paperwork in order, get the finances in order, and also look at what other contracts can you introduce that's going to be good for you with business. The clock here tells me you've been waiting quite a while for this. But these actually are pointing to each other is not bad, because movement sign car means you're driving this, which is great, and you've got headspace here, which tells me literally piss off the passengers. Sorry, I'm Aussie, we swear. And when I see there, it would tell me piss off anybody who's trying to get in your headspace. Because when I see that, I'd say whoever's trying to poo-poo you or the backhanded compliments, and I'd see that, I'd say tell them to rack off hairy legs. The grave here, again, you've got comb. Comb, again, would tell me interfere in biddy-bodies. And combs usually mature age females. And as hate to say it, me even, sometimes they're mum-type figures. And they can mean well, but you don't need it. The grave here, you've got this star side pointing to you and pointing to your letter, which tells me you're actually off to a really good start. So, but the big thing is piss off the passengers who keep interfering in your decisions and what you want to do. Oh, this is very good. Ring tells me valuable business. You're really driven, very committed in what you're doing. So always remember, you are the diamond and the gold. You are not the brass, so, or a cubic zirconia. So always remember, put you first, and that is the most important. So let me have a look. Embrace new direction, spirituality and faith. Can we see if you're on the right track? It's big, Govinda. What are you delving into? You must tell me privately. Okay, I'm just putting them there. Let me have a look. You're starting tarot in holistic shop. Oh, how fabulous. That is so good. That is really, really good. I'm really, really pleased. So, and it's a good place to start, is in the shops or shops, cafes, restaurants, crystal places. They are a really good avenue to begin. And when you get flying, you'll realise that you probably won't need that shop at all. So, look, and it's always good to stay in touch, though, because the networking is just as important. And a lot of people see this industry, and a lot of you guys, and I know there's a few of you here, are readers as well, and a lot of people in this industry tend to feel that they're thrown into a snake pit. And when there's other readers, some will be the snakes that you'll come across where they have a little bit of the green-eyed monster. But the majority of people are really open, really good, and no one cares, because at the end of the day, if you're, say, at a fair, markets or something like that, with, say, a whole bunch of other readers, and even you in a shop with a whole bunch of other readers, the client's going to know who they energetically connect to. And they may bypass other people that could have been readers there for 10 years, but they may just energetically connect with you. So don't feel it's a snake pit. The people who are meant to connect with you will connect with you. So, now, Govinda, new direction in spirituality and faith. That's a big change, Don. Hang on, I'm upside down. Beautiful protective energy there. Ooh, The umbrella here tells me where you feel safe, secure and protected. It's lovely actually. It tells me that there's a really lovely bunch of people around you. It's interesting with umbrella because when umbrella is protecting and coveting you, it usually means 2 or 3 other people, not like a crowd of 10 or more. You've also got scales. Scales means balance, equality and transparency. The canon here would tell me again, great leadership. And when we're talking spirituality, canon there would tell me not just who you have as your guides, but you yourself may end up leading within this faith and spirituality. You got money touching it, so I hope you're actually branching some of this new spirituality and the faith in your business, because I know you are a professional reader. We also have the mask and the bells, and those 2 there would tell me hidden celebrations. And the bells and the mask, like bells is big celebrations, so it means where you are going public on a wider scale. And the mask here tells me you'll know when to reveal it. Because there would tell me, yes, you may keep things under wraps for the short term, but not for your long term. These are good. You must tell me more, because this here is like you are making money or abundance in what you are doing, but it's also growing at a fairly big rate. And I'd say time to probably peel back some of the layers. And you're probably doing that in some of your own spiritual growth. But it's good to see big things are coming of this. I hope that helps. Hello, Michelle. Love to see you. Yes, Elaine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we've been there and done that, where Elaine here is my soul sister. And I love her dearly. Doesn't live far from me. And she is a professional reader, psychic and numerology specialist who has taught me so much in numbers games. So she knows I love her. But again, me and Elaine have been to various events and so on where we are as readers, and the same thing, people might bypass you, but then the right person will say, no, you're the reader for me, you're the one. So Michelle, can you see anything for work? Okay, let's have a look. Poor Linus, I haven't even decided to feed him yet. Ring, fish, scales, bells, horseshoe, oops, ran that way, axe. I'd look at this and say you are looking at changing your job or what you are doing in your job. Ring here would tell me you're actually a very valuable asset to any employer, but are they seeing it? I know I'm saying that because ring is pointing away. And again, it tells me though, know your skill sets, know your value of what you are worth. Fish and scales would tell me money negotiations, and bells there would tell me big money negotiations. These are almost like promotion or rise, and you're rising because you finally put the value on yourself to say, no, this place is not paying me enough. They are not giving me the kudos that I am due for. We've also got horseshoe and axe. Lucky opportunities coming up, don't miss it. Very, very important. I can't help but feel, because horseshoe is very good for luck, but it's a very fast moving card as well, which would tell me you're on the move. Things are changing. So it wouldn't surprise. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I just want to throw on the axe. Book here again. Something that your skills are very high, and you probably work very hard in studying, learning as such, because books literally is skills and education. And I'd still say you are either rising or you're on the move, but going somewhere that is better money and far better for you in the overall. So look at money contracts and ones that will pay you that little bit more. So I hope that helps, Dom. No, you're my babe. Had a Christ consciousness over my life, explored her faith by the Christian sexuality and beliefs of reader. I would really love to know, which faith are you heading down, Govinda? Are you looking into the Buddhism, which is not really religion, it's a way of life? because that's what I would have thought. Michelle, that Reiki would be ideal for you. Jesus Christ probably lead the Christian faith, but in your unique way. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So, I think that's a really, really good thing. So, I think that's good about your Reiki, Michelle. I think that is lovely. So, hello, Hayley. Lovely to see you, Dom. So, if you want a reading, put up a question, and I'll do Hayley as my last question, because I think I've already gone through most people here. I only came on to see if this dual screen was working, so you actually get to see my ugly doll, as well as my hands. So, and I thought, let's go and see if it works. So if you've got a question, Hales, let me know, darling. Let me have a look. I think it's about a 10-second delay in what I see and what you guys are writing. Yeah, so to lead a Christian faith. This sounds fascinating, Govinda. I'm really glad, because it's like you're ready for that next level, which is really, really good. So you haven't resonated with the say your soul does with Christ. Yeah. Relationship, Hales. Now, from memory, are we still looking, or have we found a decent one, decent fish in the sea? So I'm going to lay them out while I wait for you to say if we're looking, or have we snagged a good one? Have we got a good one? We do need a good one. Right. Ooh. So, still looking. Interesting. Lantern here tells me somebody that is coming to light. It's very interesting, because lantern in a relationship would actually mean a decent person, safe journey, and they're often very gentle as well. Now, you might not like anybody who's a bit too gentle. Canon here would tell me well-structured male. Now, I don't mean that in the phallic symbol way, so don't take it that way, Hales. But Canon usually means a man in leadership, a man who holds their own. They're usually either supervisors, managers, team leaders and stuff, because they usually mean a man with a presence. So it's like they walk in the room and you think, yep, he just holds the room. The grapes here would tell me, though, you've got more than one choice. So it's not just one man. And kisses here would tell me too, though, don't tolerate casual lovers, because kisses is when people blow smoke into you and you think, yes, this is nice, and will he call me the next day? And they don't. So I'd look at that and say, what should be careful of anyone who literally fluffs your feathers and doesn't have that genuine energy or that strength and commitment that you can feel. But your eye and your mermaid, eye here is again, trust the universe. You are the goddess. It will bring you what you need. Mermaids is dreams. And I know you've been burnt really bad, darling. But these here would still tell me there is a good man that is available for you. So, like I said, grapes would tell me more than one option. Now, I know I'm a mum, and I know that sounds really bad coming from somebody my age, but when I see this, and it's the same when I see clients here in my 2-room, I say, first thing is, it's a mess trying to find decent people out there in the dating world at this moment. And I see it and I hear it every day, so I know how tough that is. But when I see this here too, where the options of 2 people or more, I would say you are a smart, educated girl. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with you chatting to 2 or 3 guys at one time. And you might think, okay, I'm going to meet Bob for a coffee on Wednesday. On Friday, it'll be lunch with Tom. And that's okay. You are not jumping in and out of relationships and jumping in and out of bed with these guys. You are literally feeling who is the energetic shift that you actually feel connected to. So don't be afraid to talk to 2 or 3 at the one time. And as long as you don't keep taking them to the same cafe or something like that, you are perfectly fine. So I have to tell you a funny story. It's actually even about my own daughter. Many, many years ago, she would chat to different guys and things online, and she would always meet them at the same coffee shop because it was a well-lit place. She would park her car in the well-lit place. They had cameras in the car park, cameras in the coffee shop, and you know, we always had the message of, you know, the escape message that you send your friend or me, mum, you know, of like, check on me in 10 minutes and I'll make the escape if I really don't like them. And anyway, she'd meet at these different dates at this same coffee shop, and she'd come home within half an hour to some of them, think, nah, that was a waste of time, that was a waste of energy, waste of putting makeup on. And anyway, one day, one of the waitresses in the cafe actually came and asked her, was she a working girl? They actually thought she's meeting all these different guys, and they thought she was a lady of the night, a working girl. And she had a laugh and a giggle, and she made some good friends out of it. So, and she said, no, I'm just trying to find a decent fish out of the sea of the toads. So, yeah, so it was a funny story. But anyway, you should feel confident, Govinda. These are so easy to read. The biggest things, let me explain. And it doesn't matter what cards you got. Any card, okay. First and foremost, what does a question mark mean to you? Question mark in its actual form means we're not sure. So question mark we write at the end of the sentence and we're thinking, do I, don't I, do I, don't I? So A, make a decision. Question mark, confidence. Question mark, procrastination. So there's just a few. Beautiful. I love that card. It was actually one of the first ones I did, and I just loved it. I there literally represents our third eye, so it means opening up your senses to the universe. Eye is, everyone sees and thinks evil eye, but eye is eye of protection as well. And this here would tell me, use your universal insights, that inner sight, to work out what is in front of you. And I literally, if you're not taking it in the metaphysical sense, is keep your eyes wide open. What is it that you either see or what is it that you don't see? Even more so. So, fish. Fish is prosperity. Fish is a good luck symbol in many, many cultures. So it often means great abundance, good luck and opportunity. But fish also travels in groups, so a school of fish. So it often represents a bunch of people. But they're usually good people. And the only time they would be bad people, and that'd be if you've got the axe or something like that in around them. And so fish also, though, on its negative, suffocation, drowning. So symbolic divination is actually really simple. We first ask it, it's like, imagine you're sitting down in an office and you've got an axe sitting in the chair opposite you. You are asking that axe questions. Okay, what are you? What's your purpose? What actions do you do? Do you have emotions? Do you move fast? Do you move slow? And then first and last, is what does an axe mean to me? So you could have an axe there. You could be horrified as a child and thinking, oh my God, I saw my grandpa splitting wood with the axe and the axe head came off and it chopped a big toe off. So you could see that as trauma, where someone else can see that and think axes as in battle axe during the Viking days where they were power and strength. So it really is about the symbolic meanings of the object. Boot, movement sign. You put it on, protects your feet. You can go a long journey with it, stepping up into things. So again, stop and think about the symbol. What is it? What's its purpose? What's its actions, emotions, and what it means to you? So it's pretty easy. So, like I said, don't be afraid of it at all. It's like playing cards. Everyone sees playing cards and always think gambler. But I see playing cards, and I have fond memories of playing cards, actually. My dear old mum taught us all to play playing cards, and we used to have lots of 1 cent pieces she would divvy out. So we were taught to gamble really, really young, when I stop and think about it now, but we all have a laugh about it now, my dear old mum. But playing cards often mean rich, smart gambler has a plan. So they are very strategic. So stop and have a little think about them, but they are really, really easy. So I would love to see you using them more. But my cards, I've got my own website, tleafrida.com. It is a lot cheaper than the Etsy store. Etsy is not what it used to be anymore, and so we are slowly winding things back a bit on Etsy, because the other website is cheaper prices, and it's a hell of a lot easier for me to control than Etsy the monster. So anyway, thanks for stopping by, everyone, and it's been lovely. At least I know it works, so now I can actually do more lives. So get used to seeing this dial again. Finally, it's working how I wanted it to. So I'm just reading your comment, Haley's, I love it. Your phone would go off, your son would say, Mum, it's Saturday's boyfriend. I think that's hilarious. And why not? Why not? And I think that is something that, you're a smart girl, you're attractive, you've got a lot to offer. So don't be afraid to, date, coffee date, chat a few at a time. You can just about guarantee that's probably what they're doing as well. So, and if they're doing it, why are you not? So anyway.